NHL 94. Wait, why are we talking about an old sports game? Because it's still awesome, that's why. So awesome that as of 2018, it still has its own active website that organizes leagues and tournaments. People have even gone so far as to update the rosters with current players. Now that is some dedication. Most sports games are easily forgotten, and especially ones that are annualized. I mean, aren't sports games supposed to just keep getting better over time as the technology gets better? Well, as technology improves, the games can be made to have more detail and realism, but sometimes gamers don't need all of that and it just gets in the way. What makes NHL 94 work so well is the good old-fashioned arcade style approach to gaming. You just gotta make the game easy to pick up and a lot of fun to play. There's just a few basic controls you can do on both offense and defense, and this allows you to focus on trying to score goals. As far as defense goes, you're honestly just trying to knock the guy over with the puck and take it from him. You might be able to poke it out, but the surest way to get it out is by just building up some speed and then slamming into the dude. If you're the home team, the crowd will cheer every single time you knock a guy down, and will boo every time one of your guys is knocked down by the away team. This cheering or booing is always preceded by the player who got hit letting out a groan of pain. So yeah, you hear that a lot, and the game's sound ends up being a cacophony of groans, booing, cheering, and the sound of the puck making contact with players' sticks or the boards. That's all you need, right? The game just has a good flow to it as you charge down the ice and try to set up a shot when you have the puck, and then scramble back on defense to get it back when you lose it. Much like real hockey, you can get from one end of the ice to the other pretty quickly, so you always feel like you're right in the action, especially since you can just switch the player you're currently controlling with the press of a button anyway. Something cool that was introduced in this version of the game is the one-timer shot. This is where you make a pass to another player and they shoot the puck as it reaches them, allowing you to get a shot that could potentially catch the goalie off guard or out of position. It's a lot of fun trying to set these shots up, and especially if you're playing with a friend on the same team as you. And speaking of playing with a friend, some of the best memories I have playing this game were playing with a friend. It's just so much fun to try to set up a goal by having one of you get into position without the puck, and then the other player try to deliver the perfect pass. Or just have one player get in the goalie's way and the other player shoot it. Plus, in the Super Nintendo version, you can actually have 5 players all play on the same team if you have a multi-tap. People generally prefer the Sega versions, but you gotta admit that is pretty awesome. The reason why people prefer the Sega versions is because the speed is handled a little bit better by the Genesis, but the Super Nintendo game is still a totally playable version. I personally own the Sega CD version, which is essentially the Genesis version with some CD quality audio added in for some things, like Ron Barr's voice.
Hi, I'm Ron Barr for EA Sports. Welcome.
As well as organ music that is unique to each team's home arena. For as much as the game can be praised for not obsessing over realistic details, it definitely has a number of some nice touches added in, like the siren going off when you score a goal, fans will throw hats onto the ice if one of your players gets a hat trick, and you can even break the glass. There's also shootouts they have at the end of tie games, and teams will pull their goalies at the end if they're down. Additions like this are simple enough that they don't overcomplicate the game while still making it really fun. I mean, you can still knock down players on the other team even as you're celebrating a win after the game to really rub it in. That's right, celebrate, beat up the other team's players, and then celebrate some more. Now, there were of course sequels to this game as it was an annualized series, but whether it be that the game didn't need much more tweaking, or just because it came at the right time. NHL 94 is the one that gets remembered the most. So let everybody know in the comments what some of your favorite memories with the game are, and I will see ya in the next video.